Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hey, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you are back, welcome back. Today I'm here to join you guys for a WIP and Chat. It has been a couple of weeks. These have been a little fewer and further between this summer, but I am really looking forward to just sitting down and getting to chat with you guys today. So if you're not familiar with what a WIP and Chat is, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat just means we are going to sit down and catch up a little bit. So feel free to pull out a project if you like. I'm going to be working on a diamond painting here. You're welcome to work alongside me, or I can keep you company with whatever you're up to during your day. And yeah, we'll get right into it. But first, I'm going to really quick let you know what I'm going to be working with today. And I will link to all the shops that I mentioned. I will also apologize in advance because my husband is gnawing on some popcorn, super crunchy and loud over that way. My cat just decided to start eating food that way, so we're gonna have a little background noise. My summer cricket is no longer with us. He disappeared at some point a month or two ago. That's okay. We'll still have a little bit of background noise just for us, but I'm going to be working on the kit called Take Care from Oraloa. I do. Here's the original artwork. Super cute, right? The artist is Laura Philippon. I'm sure it looks French. It's from Oraloa, and actually there's a lot of dimensions for you too. 85 by 56 centimeters. It has 50 colors. It has round drills, and this was sent to me for review by Oraloa, and it fits perfectly with the Claws and Paws event that is happening in this month and next month, so August and September. It's being hosted by Laura at Anxiety Art Adventure. She's got a YouTube channel and Instagram and everything. And then Steph, who is Drills Our Girl's best friend on Instagram, and she has her videos up on Lazy River Wood Turning on YouTube. Those are the fabulous hosts for the Claws and Paws 2022 event. So I love that they are doing this for a good cause. And I thought the timing was perfect because I was really looking forward to working on one of Oraloa's. This is supposed to be one of their newer kits. So I've had a lot of people really curious to hear what my thoughts are. So I'm a little over halfway done. And maybe I'll share some thoughts with you once we get started. As far as accessories go, these are both new pens from my most recent small shop haul. This one is Black Wolf Woodworks. If my camera wants to focus, we'll see. But I love this hybrid a lot. Come on, camera. Okay, there we go. Just love the colors in it. And then this is from Lathe Works on Etsy and Facebook. So it was really pretty. I won't be sticking with this, but this is a traditional, like the original Everlasting tip. It's a multi-placer. I was trying to use it and see if I could get better the hang of it because I hadn't used one in a few months. And you guys, it's just, unfortunately, it's not quite for me, but I do have a skinny metal multi-placer over here that I'm going to swap in. I'll probably just start with this pen instead. The tray is from Unimade. It's one of the older versions of her trays. Just a month or two ago, maybe it was a few months ago now, she made some really minor tweaks and updates to her trays. I've used them since, and I do like them. But I'm certainly not, my older trays are not going anywhere. They still work amazingly as well. So I'm using this tray because it matches color-wise. I'm trying a couple of new, to me, wax and wax alternatives for, these were again from my latest small shop haul. So this one is from Crystal Trays. It's called Super Sticky Gem Wax. This one's in the scent Galactic Grape. I'm going to use this in my single placer. Look how fun that is. And then this is from Enabler's Outpost, and I have the instructions here, just to show you guys. They call it chipped, which I love that they have to put a disclaimer. Like, don't worry, we're not using a bad four-letter word in the name. It's actually the Romanian word for putty. But they sent this to me. This is part of one of the mystery boxes that I picked up from one of their restocks, or from one of their drops recently. So I'm really excited to get to try out this putty. I'm going to use this one in my multi-placer. And then the minder, which again just felt really perfect theme-wise. This is from the Creative Palace on Etsy. I'll link to all the small shops below. Now okay, so we're gonna start with this pen. Let me go ahead and get my multi-placer, my metal multi-placer swapped in, get these loaded up and we can get started. So I do want to mention also, because this gets asked in nearly every WIP and Chat that I do, where I get my thin metal multi-placers from, because many of you, like me, have a difficult time with the thicker ones. This kind, which has the 2 rubber bands on the end, you can get for really, really, really inexpensive off of AliExpress or Amazon. I will link to, I always have those linked in my WIP and Chats actually. Ooh, are you not going to want to fit in this pen? No, there we go. There's another version of the thin metal multi-placer that I actually prefer, but I have not been able to find it for, it's like 3 or 4 times as much as this one is. And it's one, do I still have those in my little toolbox over here? Maybe I took them out. Oh no, here I do. There are these thin metal multi-placers that instead of having the rubber bands, they have these posts, those lines on the side that look a little bit more like the traditional thin plastic multi-placers. I actually tend to prefer these a bit to this version that has the rubber bands. There's a subtle difference, but for the cost point, or for the price point, I cannot, like, I can't, because I buy these en masse to just swap into my pens. And I could spend, you know, like $1 per multi-placer or 6 or 7. Like, it's not happening. Anyway, I think that's everything. Yeah, all the things are linked below. So how are you guys doing? I hope that your week is off to a wonderful start so far. It's currently, okay, I think that the instructions said that you could just cut into this. I'm going to try that, but I might roll it, because usually with putties, I will roll it in to my multi-placer. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's probably going to work a little bit better, but hey, actually that like did some of the work up front for me. Yay. I'll just peel this part off. That worked. That totally worked. Okay. I can't usually get away with doing that with putty, so yay, Enabler's Outpost. Let's see. Let's see if I just like go ahead and get started, if that's going to do the trick. Okay. I'm down. Yeah, it's Saturday night, and I figured tonight would be a good night to go ahead and do my WIP and Chat, because we have plans tomorrow with family, and I just think I might be pretty tired at the end of the day. I just think that I have a better shot of being able to chat with you guys tonight. So, yeah, we have had a busy couple of weeks. I am glad to be back after my mostly unplanned and mostly impromptu break. If you didn't see, I had put up a community post on Monday, letting you guys know that I had decided to take a bit of a mini vacation. that nothing was wrong, just that I realized that it was the right time. The timing was really good for me to be able to take a little breather. And I am really, really, really glad that I did that. And it actually felt really apt timing wise, because of the mental health check-in that we had just done in last week's WIP and Chat. But what happened is just a few different things kind of came together timing wise that made me go, yeah, it's the right time for me to take a little break. Honestly, it was kind of a game time decision. Though I had decided that I really just didn't feel up to filming a WIP and Chat on Sunday night. I hadn't gotten to it on Saturday night, and then on Sunday night I was just like, I'm not feeling it like at all. So I thought, I'm not going to push it. Like, I'll just try to do one on Monday night instead. But then when Monday night rolled around, I was like, I'm not feeling it. I'm still not feeling it. And I thought, you know what? I don't have any super, super pressing videos that I need to get done this week besides like the sneak peek for Friday, which is several days away. I'm going to take this week off. Like, why not? And like I said, I'm really glad that I did. So it was very much a last minute decision. I don't think I loaded this up enough. Hold on a second. And so that's why was it Monday night, I put up a community post and was just like, hi, I'm taking a break, you guys. It was mostly so that no one panicked, and also just, I don't know, I feel like you guys probably, if you're like me, the creators that you follow, you sort of get used to their schedules and seeing from them regularly and stuff. And so I thought there may be people that are looking for regular videos or something like that, wondering what's going on. So I thought, let me at least put up a community post just to let you guys know. And I really, really appreciate all the kind words that were shared on that community post. Just lots of encouragement and people being like, yeah, like go enjoy your mini vacation, take some time, like it's totally fine. But the main things that kind of led to that, like I said, it was kind of a combination of factors. So I realized that we're coming up on the end of summer, and that I hadn't really taken much of what I would think of as like a summer vacation. Last year we went to Disney World for a few days with family, and I didn't really put up videos during that time, so that kind of functioned as a little bit of a YouTube break in and of itself, and honestly I was really glad to get back to YouTube after that. And then I realized it's the end of summer and I haven't really taken a little break at all. I realized Drills and Chills is coming up, and I certainly am not gonna be taking a break in the middle of Drills and Chills. I mean, I guess I could film ahead and stuff, but I thought I don't really want to think of during Drills and Chills as a time to take a break. Also, a break before Drills and Chills sounds like an extra good idea, because that is just generally going to take more of my time and energy. So this seems like a good time to go catch my breath, refuel, rejuvenate, all the words, and then hopefully I can really, really feel good about hitting the ground running for Drills and Chills. And so that was another reason. And then I knew that my parents were coming into town. I'll talk more about that later, but they are currently in town and they came in last week. So I felt like I could really, really just unplug and fully enjoy my time with them. And then honestly, one of the main culprits that just kind of took me out was that I had a really, really klutzy moment on Sunday. I'll talk more about it later. But I'll just say that I fell and it was really, really unpleasant, and it was on the sidewalk. It was a whole thing, and my body just massively overreacted, as it is apt to do. And I was I just feel completely and utterly exhausted. All I want to do is sit on the couch with my feet up. No, I don't want to sit down and film a WIP and Chat. So that's the short version of what happened. I'll tell you guys more about that in a little bit. But all those things on top of I literally just talked about mental health and taking care of your mental health in my last WIP and Chat. I'm my body and my mind are telling me that I need to take a little breather, so I'm going to listen, because if I don't, I am going to head straight for this thing that we call burnout, that none of us want to get to if we can avoid it. I will say I recognize the privilege that I have in being able to take a break when I sense burnout nearing. I know that's not an option for everyone, so I will acknowledge that. What is that? Okay. So Drills and Chills is coming up very, very soon. My goal by the end of the weekend is to have final thoughts and notes out to the sponsors on things. I'd really like to get the overall schedule of topics and giveaways all nailed down, just so that I have that all written out, and know what I'm going to be covering each week. So I just want to make sure I have everything squared away on that front, and then it's going to be just sort of finishing some of the last things that can wait till the last minute. Okay, let's make sure the Google form is up and running. Posting reminders and info in the Facebook group and stuff like that. If you aren't sure what I'm talking about as far as Drills and Chills goes, words are really hard today. It is an event, a community event that has been going on for a few years now. I co-hosted with my friend Jessica at Tiny Worlds of Wonder last year, and I'm hosting solo this year, which is super fun, seriously. I love Jessica. Go check out her recent videos so you can get some life updates from her. She is doing fabulously. Nothing at all is wrong. I just gave her the out to take a breather this year and encouraged her to do so if she felt like she needed it. And she did. So we'll see. Maybe she'll be back next year. But anyway, it's an event that's centered around all things autumn or fall. What do you say? Autumn or fall? I feel like fall is more of an American thing. I think autumn is more like what the rest of the world says. Us Americans being weird again. But autumn and Halloween. And it goes for 2 months, September and October. There will be weekly prizes. There will be a fabulous grand prize giveaway. Might be 2 different giveaway packs. And yes, as many as possible will be open to international viewers. So it is coming together, you guys. I'm very, very, very excited. And I love seeing people sharing in like the Facebook group and stuff like this is what I'm thinking of working on and all that. If you want to find out more information, I will do my absolute best to remember to link to the announcement video down in the description box. That will have all of the info. It'll have all the things. And the Facebook group as well. That's a really good resource too. So, yes, I've just been working on that. I am really hoping that I can finish this kit and one other before Drills and Chill starts. If I don't finish before Drills and Chill starts, that's really okay. But in my head, I'm like, it would be so great if I could finish these 2 kits before Drills and Chill starts, just so I can kind of have fewer kits going when the event starts. But this one, which is from Orloa, and then I got in my kit from Jaded Gem Shop that I would really love to work on. I have been dying to try out actually working on one of her kits and see how they work up. I think that they look amazing, and I cannot resist buying more because the artwork is speaking to me on every level. Jade is killing it with the artwork she's releasing. And so I'm like, but I really need to work on one of these kits and see how I like working on them before I keep just adding to my stash. And also so I can give you guys a really good sense for like, okay, this is what it was like to work on one of Jade's kits. But yeah, so this kit that I'm working on right now from Orloa, and then a kit from Jade. I'm like, I really, really would like to knock those out if I can, and it's okay if not, but I have a lot of kits in mind. Wow, I am just mixing up words all over the place tonight. I have lots of kits in mind for Drills and Chills, and I think I finally landed on which I'm going to start with, but please don't hold me to it because you guys know I am super indecisive, very much a mood diamond painter. Like, my mind really could change 5 more times between now and when Drills and Chill starts. But I have the kit After the Rain in my stash. It's been in my stash since it released a couple of years ago. I think that was one of the ones that was part of the Cheryl Burke collection. And it's actually still available on the website. It was not limited edition. I don't know why I'd had in my head like, oh, I thought that one was limited edition. No, it's on the website. Funnily enough, it was actually in my D-stash pile. Like, it was one of the things that I listed for sale for my Patreon patrons. No one had bought it. And then I was looking through my Gems Flow app, which Gems Flow is an app that you can download on your phone that you can track your diamond painting kits. You can add as much or as little information as you like. I find it super, super handy. Gems Flow, one word. I was scrolling through there and I was like, I have so many really overtly Halloween themed kits, but I have very, very little in the way of more purely fall themed kits. And one of the main reasons for that, though, is because I tend to shy away from landscapes. I even almost bought the Abraham Hunter landscape that Diamond Art Club released last weekend. And then I was like, no, why would I do that to myself? I'm like, Katie, look at the kit. you know that you're going to get maybe a section or two into it and be like, I'm so bored of these colors and of working on all this confetti and like this and this imagery, even though it looks so rich and so beautiful. I tend to just get so bored working on landscapes. And so and cityscapes. And so I just keep telling myself, like, Katie, don't do it. Why do you think it's going to be different this time? So I did have a tiny bit of self-control, and I did not buy that Abraham Hunter autumn landscape from last weekend. But After the Rain it's from Olga Darchuk. I believe she is a Ukrainian artist, I'm pretty sure. And I just was kind of looking at it, and I was like, I know that like Rachel Ray worked on that one at one point, and I was like, the colors are really pretty, and it's not getting picked up when I list it for indie stash sales, even marked down. So I was like, why don't I still get it out of my stash, but by working on it? So I think that's what I'm going to start the event with. And then it's probably just going to be a free-for-all with like witches and Halloween and magic galore. So, but I just kind of wanted to have in my head, like, what do I want to start with? And do I have anything that would work that's more Halloween themed? By the way, if the camera is shaking, I'll try to touch it up a little bit, like after I finish filming. But I didn't pull out like my whole setup to do a WIP and Chat filming, like recording today. So my clamp's just attached directly to my table. And sometimes that just means like it wobbles just a little bit. A lot of you, I don't think, watch WIP and Chat, so you tend to more just listen while you're working too. But I thought I would mention, like, acknowledge that, I suppose. Yeah, we'll see. And who knows if like Diamond Art Club is gonna, and other companies too, for real, other companies are gonna like surprise us and drop some like really fantastic autumn or Halloween themed kits. So I'm trying to leave a little bit of room in my plans for last minute changes, but we shall see. We shall see. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm a little nervous, to be honest, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's coming together. It really is. So, we have been enjoying lots of family time. Let's talk general family updates. I had mentioned in the last WIP and Chat that we've had some family actually move out here from the other side of the country and have gotten to see a lot more of people that we weren't going to getting to see terribly often. So that has been really fun, especially since the kids have been home from school. And it has definitely been a transition as well to sort of get in the swing of like, okay, since we've gotten married, we have lived out here with no family within driving distance, and now we have a decent amount. So it's definitely a bit of an adjustment, but certainly not in a bad way. We got to enjoy, we drove down and spent some time with Adam's parents, and actually ended up leaving our kids with them for a few hours so that Adam and I could just go out and do a little like date day and stuff like that, which was really, really, really nice. We ended up just walking around on like the beach and the pier, and we picked a place for lunch that was, in my opinion, highly overpriced, but sometimes that's what you get when you eat like really, really close to the ocean. And drinks that were like really not well mixed in either of our opinion, like at all. I was like, what in the world are we paying for? It was also kind of hot, but honestly, I'm making it sound so much worse than it was. We had a very, very nice time. We accidentally ended up watching some of a drag show, and that was fun. That was so much fun. And even went by and got pies from the Top Gun house. So that was delicious. And they like filmed some of Top Gun there, apparently. I don't know, I guess if maybe the original, that is. So if you've seen the movie, maybe you know what I'm talking about. But I still need to see the newest Top Gun movie. I've heard such good things. I wonder if it's still in theaters anywhere, because Adam was telling me like it's so much more fun to see on the big screen. So I should take a look at movie times and see if there's anything. But anyway, we walked down the pier, which I was like, oh, this will be a nice little stroll on the ocean. And didn't realize, truly, because I don't know, optical illusions or just not really realizing, the pier was like a third of a mile from end to end each way. And I was like, I thought we were doing a leisurely stroll down the beach, not walking over a mile up and down this pier. And it's not like there was a bunch to even like do on the pier, so it's not like we were, you know, leisurely just shopping our way down or whatever. It was just walking, just walking a million miles. And it was a lot of fun. The less fun part came when we were walking back to our car, and we were trying to remember which way we were supposed to turn to go back to the parking garage. And so I wasn't really looking where my feet were going, and we realized, okay, we need to cross the street here. And I took a step, and so I turned and took a step, and just without even realizing what had happened, I was on the ground. And I was like, what just happened? And someone had dropped like their leftovers from a restaurant on the sidewalk. Looked like Thai food or something, like it was noodles and stuff. And I had just stepped in it and just slipped, and I went down. I was like, well, that's embarrassing and annoying. And then I stood up and I'm like, ow. I went to stand up and was like, oh my gosh, ow, my left leg, like, it hurts. Like, the side of it hurts. I must have scraped it. And I turned and looked, and I'm not going to go into details, I don't want to gross any of you guys out, but gnarly, completely gnarly. And I had a moment where I felt like my stomach dropped out, and I was like, ugh. Okay, and then I went into like crisis management mode and was like, okay, what can I do? There's food all over my back, my leg, my pant, the shorts I was wearing, and I'm missing at least the top layer of skin from most of my left calf. It was excruciating. And so I was like, okay, I was wearing like this really light, cute, like shrug. And so I took that off and was like, okay, Adam, can you help me wipe the food off with this? And then we'll just take it back to the car and try to wash it when we get home or whatever, back to your parents' house. And then I'm trying to walk, and I'm like, this is excruciating. I knew I had a little bit in the way of some first aid supplies in the car, but it was like a little mini like first aid kit, like one of the like Wellies brand, like the little tins that you can get. This has a couple like packs of antibiotic ointment and a couple of small band-aids, and I'm like, I need like a roll of gauze and a giant tube of antibiotic ointment at this point. But get back to the car. It's a half an hour drive back to Adam's parents' house. I am like gritting my teeth, like trying not to think about like the level of pain that I'm in. I'm trying not to think about like the amount of dirt and stuff that's in there. I'm like, as soon as we get back to their house, I'm gonna like wash it out with soap and water, and hopefully I like literally told Adam, like, I need you to text or call your mom and like confirm that they have Neosporin or something at their house, because if they don't, we need to make a stop, because like I need this to not get infected. like I have to get something on this after I wash it out. So she did, and we got it taken care of. But you guys, I have a pretty good pain tolerance. Honestly, I think that I do. But I'm not exaggerating. Like, it was excruciating. I had a lot of trouble. I had a really, really difficult time sleeping that night because if anything touched my leg, and this was like a good, 7 or 8 inch long section on my left leg and a couple 2 to 3 inches wide the whole way down. If anything touched, even if it was a sheet, it was excruciating. It would wake me up. I couldn't lay on it. There was like only one way that I could lay in bed where I could like kind of have it safely propped without touching anything. And I was like sending pictures to my mom. Like, I swear I'm not trying to be like a baby or whatever, but like, do I need to get this looked at? Like, is this? And she was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, what? That looks really bad. And so she was like, okay, get like a pen and like mark the edges of it, of like where the redness and the swelling is, so that you know, like, if it gets worse, then that's when you need to go in. She's like, but drink lots of fluids, try to put your foot up, and like make sure she's like, did you have the chance to rinse it out with like soap and running water? I was like, yes. She's like, okay. My mom is a nurse. Well, she's retired now, but she's a nurse for over 30 years. To be fair, neonatal nurse practitioner. So she worked with the tiny babies, but she's a pretty smart and knowledgeable woman about all things medical and whatnot. So, yeah, so she's used to me sending her pictures of like stuff like that and be like, is this a problem? Kids' bug bites or scrapes or weird rashes. Mom, what is this? Is this a problem? Do I need to call my nurse line or call a doctor? Anyway, so the good news is my leg is in much better shape now. But yeah, like the end of Sunday night, I was like, my body is telling me that like I just need to not do anything. I didn't even feel like diamond painting. I was like, I just need to lay on the couch with my foot up, and I don't have the energy to do anything except maybe scroll my phone a little bit. So that was the absolutely ridiculous experience of that Sunday. We really did have a very nice weekend otherwise. It just, the way that ended, I was like, I'm in pain. So yeah, that's what capped it off, where I was like, I'm not gonna try to do videos. I'm just gonna take this for the final push over the edge to be like, I'm taking a mini vacation from videos. Filming, editing, uploading, the whole nine. Yeah, so that happened. The other family stuff, my parents flew in, like I mentioned, and we've had a really, really lovely few days with them. We took the kids down to a children's museum that has a lot of really, really fun stuff to do. Both boys were super, super into this new section that they've added since the last time we were there, which has been a little while, where they have a lot of like pretend play areas. It's like different sections of the city. It's like, here's a whole like pretend grocery store that like actually Trader Joe's, like I think sponsored and like donated a bunch of stuff, like, you know, some little mini shopping carts, and then there's like places for kids to pretend like and practice like ringing things up, and then there's a whole section that's like a gardening section. They actually have like some cute little chicks, not that you can touch, like they're all locked away behind glass, but like kids can get up really close to them and look at them. And then there's like a pretend like construction area where there's different like pieces of things they can build. They try to make it very like close to realistic and close to like hands-on as possible. There's even like signs when you go in that's like, parents, please don't be on your phones unless you're taking pictures of your children, because they're like encouraging you to be engaged and involved with your children. I have mixed feelings about that one, but I mean, I think they just don't want you to be like, I'm using this place as babysitting for my child. But by far the boys' favorite part was the section they added that was this whole like auto service section, where they had set up this like big, I say toy car. It's not like when you can play with it. It's big, like it's to scale, like scaled down car that had like the hood popped, and there was like a rollerboard that they could go under the car on, and it had these like sealed tubs of stuff that had like, I don't know, beads or stuff in them so that kids could pretend like they were like changing the oil. And Connor was so stoked because you could actually change the tires on this car. There was like the wrench and everything. So both of the boys were super, super into this area. And there was a whole water area, a separate water area that the kids were so excited to play with as well. So we had a really good time there. We're going to Great Wolf Lodge tomorrow, which will have been yesterday for you guys when this goes up. And we've never been before, but my parents are actually staying a couple of nights there. And we're taking the kids tomorrow and maybe Monday for a little bit as well. But my kids are total water babies. They love it. And I think that from what I've seen and kind of trying to read up a bit on Great Wolf Lodge, like what ours offers, it seems like there's a lot for like even toddlers to do. So I am really stoked to take them. And I'm thankful that it's going to be like 4-on-1, like 4 adults to 2 children, because Micah is really best when he has at least 2 adults to assign to keep track of him anyway, especially in a big public space like this. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm glad that, like, since my parents have a room there, that if the kids, get tired and just want to go take a breather, we can totally do that. Hopefully it'll be fun. It'll be kind of like a mini vacation outing for our family, because we haven't really taken the kids on vacation at all this year. But I think this will be a really, really fun way for them to cap off summer, because school is starting soon, and it's bittersweet for me. Selfishly, it's mostly sweet because I am extremely grateful when I can have mornings to film, mornings to run errands, all those kinds of things. So it'll be nice to have that time back, but at the same time, the school year is starting. It's fun. It's nice in a lot of ways to have the kids just home, and we can just have a pajama day. There's no homework to worry about in the evenings. We just enjoy the really loose schedule and everything that is summer. But it'll be fun. It should be fun. There's, a few things we want to try to do before summer is officially over. One of those things is Great Wolf Lodge, of course. And we have some other plans with Adam's family, and it'll be fun. It's also, I'm feeling reflective as we're getting towards the end of this summer, because last summer was actually an extremely difficult one for me, and it's not something that I shared very transparently about on the channel because it was just very intensely private. And even though I'm a very open person, about 95% of things here, that was not something, even now, I'm not really going to share about. Last summer was really, really, really emotional and difficult for me. And so to be getting through a new summer since then, it's a little bit of a sigh of relief, because I felt like there were certainly times during the summer that I felt like I was looking back and going, oh yeah, this time last summer X was going on, or I was feeling X emotions. And so it feels a little bit like I can just breathe a little bit, like, okay, we had a good and more normal summer. So it was good. It's been good. Bless you. Don't know if that was a sneeze or a cough. He's watching a show. But yeah, so I don't know. I tend to get reflective when changes are coming and transitions are coming. It just has me thinking about, like, okay, how do I feel about how this season, literal and figurative, went, this season of life. I'm a highly introspective person. So that's kind of been the space that my mind has been in. Nice color. I'm excited to tell you guys a little bit about a new thing that I've started. And I'm really, really excited about this, you guys. So, for the longest time, I have been watching many of you enjoy this one particular medium and going, I wish that that were something that I could get into. That medium is audiobooks. So for me, I had thought I remember trying to like listen to some books on tape and stuff like that when I was younger, and every once in a while trying something like an audiobook, but it was more of a like I sat down to try doing audiobooks, reading audiobooks. Which, side note, this is something that I have been wondering, and I would like to know what you guys think. Those of you that do audiobooks, how do you say what it is you're doing? Do you say that you're reading audiobooks, listening to audiobooks? Do you say like, oh, I read this book, or oh, I listened to this book, or I read this book via audiobook? Because I realized I had this moment where I was like, I don't know how some, like these people, like friends of mine or creators, I'm like, how do they have so much time to read and diamond paint? Because they would just say, oh, I'm reading, like I've been reading this book, I've been reading that book. And it literally, you guys, it literally had never occurred to me that when they're saying reading, they don't mean literally using their eyes to read. That when they say that they've been reading, they mean they're listening to audiobooks. I know. It's a me problem. It's not me being some type of way, I promise. But anyway, yeah, how do you say it? If you're listening to audiobooks, if that's how you are consuming books as a media, like you say you're reading, are you listening? Anyway, it really doesn't matter. I'm just making conversation. But okay, let me keep going here. I had always thought, like, given how I've tried reading audiobooks in the past, like, okay, it's not really for me, because for me, I don't learn and absorb very well if I have to just sit and listen. Lecture never worked for me as a good way for me to learn when I was in school. I always would learn best if I could be doing something with my hands. I sort of learned accidentally that, like, if I was working on a puzzle, I would totally, like, it would completely free up my brain to absorb and understand and, like, take in information that was being spoken. Like, I had to be doing something with my hands. That was the best thing that I could be doing to absorb information that was auditory. And it just hadn't occurred to me that, like, oh, diamond painting is a super similar idea. Maybe if my hands are busy with diamond painting like this, maybe audiobooks, maybe that would work for me. But I just was I'm slow to try new things sometimes. I just was getting caught up in, like, what if it just doesn't work for me? I just didn't even necessarily want to try, because I was like, well, I don't know. Like, it's a whole new thing. It's books instead of, like, watching TV shows where you're diamond painting and you can kind of look up sometimes, you're mostly listening. It's like a book is just a different kind of thing. Like, I don't know that that's going to work for me, that I'm really going to be able to absorb someone else reading it and, like, picture it. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. And I was just, it wasn't a priority for me to try. I wasn't actively avoiding it. I was just like, meh. There's other stuff that I do while I'm diamond painting. I watch YouTube videos. I watch TV shows. Occasionally listen to music or something like that. But I just wasn't, like, feeling a super strong desire to be like, I should really try this and figure it out. But I was starting to kind of, like, run out of TV shows that I was really in the mood to watch, and was, like, going through, so I was going through YouTube videos faster, and then finding myself feeling like I was basically twiddling my thumbs, like, well, a lot of stuff to do while I'm diamond painting. And I don't remember exactly how it came up. I think I was talking with a friend, my friend Kate, and was telling her, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like out of stuff to do, and I'm not totally sure. And she was talking about an audiobook that she was reading or something. I was like, yeah, I keep meaning to maybe give that a try again. And I think I don't know. I don't remember exactly how it went. Basically, the conversation landed in me asking, like, if she had ever read A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I was like, this is the series that I just feel like I've been hearing about nonstop. It's one of my friend Jacqueline's, like, favorite book series of all time. At least that's how I feel about how she talks about it. Jacqueline, you can correct me if you want. But I was like, if this series is super popular, like maybe this is something that would be like an easy read. Maybe this would be a good like starter, like beginner friendly, I guess, book to try out as an audiobook. You know, it's not something that's really complex and heavy. It's like the genre is literally like fantasy romance. So I thought, I think I'll give that a try. And then Kate was like, well, I actually haven't read that series either, but I've been meaning to. So if you decide to like read it, let me know and I'll read it along with you and we can like chat about it as we go. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, let's do this. And then I was like, okay, how do I, what's the best platform to like do audiobooks? And she's like, well, the easiest way probably to do it if you don't want to try to like go through a library setup and everything, she's like, is you can just do like a 30-day free trial on Audible, which is through Amazon. And she said even that way, with that you get a free credit to get an audio, like not only do you get unlimited listening in general, but I guess you also get like a credit towards an audiobook that you then get to keep like forever, no matter what. So I was like, okay, I'll try that. Like 30-day free trial. Okay, mark my calendar, all the things that I can cancel. Remember to cancel if I don't want to keep using it. And I was so pleasantly surprised that I really thoroughly am enjoying reading via audiobook. I had anticipated and prepared myself to be like, okay, it's a new thing, a new way of reading. There is probably going to be some learning curve. It's okay if it kind of takes a while to get into the swing of it. Like, don't get discouraged. We're just trying it. It's okay if it doesn't work out. Like, you're literally not out anything. You can just go cancel a free trial, in a week if you want to, So, but no, I was very, very, very happy to be surprised that it felt like there was virtually no learning curve for it. I felt like I just immediately, it worked for my brain. I'm able to diamond paint and read at the same time this way, and I love it. The only downside to this is that like last night, for example, I got to a point in the book where I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to put it down. And so I must have listened for like 3 hours last night. Adam teased me and said, he's like, you're in like that, you're in that cycle now, where I've seen it applied to a couple of different things. The most recent one that we'd seen was Nathan Pyle did a webcomic where it was with chocolate chip cookies and milk, and it was like, oh no, I ran out of chocolate chip cookies, but I still have milk, so I'm gonna go get some more cookies. Oh no, I drank all my milk, but I still have cookies, so I'm just gonna go get some more milk. And so you end up in this whole cycle where you're always getting, need more of the thing. Oh no, I still have this. So many more of this. I see the same thing with like nachos and cheese. I think that was an XKCD article, like a webcomic way back. But he was like, that's the phase that you're in with your diamond painting in your book, is you finish a section and you're like, but I'm not to the end of this chapter in the audiobook yet, so let me start another section. Oh no, I finished the chapter of this audiobook, but I'm in the middle of a section. Oh no, I'm gonna have to like start another chapter. I was like, wow, yeah, I mean, you're kind of right, but also like I can stop anytime. Really, I can stop anytime. But I got to the point last night where I only had an hour left, but it was like 1:30 in the morning and I was so tired. I was like, I can't stay up for another hour to read this. But if I had it on paper, I could have like taken it to bed with me and tried to like just, read under the covers until I fall asleep. I got in the digital copy or whatever, but I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I should really just try to go to sleep anyway. But then we've been really busy with my parents today, so I haven't had the chance to sit down and watch it or listen and finish it yet. So, and then I decided that's going to be my little like reward for myself after I do this WIP and Chat, is I can then like sit and finish that book. But I'm really, really thoroughly enjoying it. It's totally a guilty pleasure book. And I'm not mad. I don't think there's anything wrong with guilty pleasure kinds of books. But it's like, it's better than some of the other like not well-written books out there that, yeah, I don't want to insult anyone. But I'm just excited. Like, it's fun to have a new way to get back into reading, because I really, since I was a kid, have thought of myself as a very, very, very avid reader. But it just, I have a lot of paper books, and I've even been thinking like it would be so nice to reread so many of these, but I feel like it can cut into my diamond painting time, and this brings me so much joy that I have a hard time cutting into this time. So I'm just happy. I'm happy that like I have a new way to read and diamond paint at the same time. So it'll be nice to be able to add that into the mix of things that I do while diamond painting. So you guys will have to let me know. Have you read the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, or it's like any of its sister series from Sarah J. Maas? And of course, once I mentioned to a couple of friends, I was like, I did it. Like, I'm getting into audiobooks a little bit. They're like, oh my gosh, tell me when you're ready for recommendations and it won't overwhelm you, because I have so many books I want to recommend to you. I was like, I'll let you know, but I'm probably going to start with this series. But that's really fun. Both Kate and Jacqueline and Jamie as well. We're all like, oh my gosh, what are your recommendations? Speaking of Kate, you guys, my friend Kate, aka Pixie Sticks, she just started a dedicated diamond painting channel. I would love for you guys to go and check her out. She's had a dedicated art channel for a while that's under Pixie Sticks. She's the lead of the rendering team at Diamond Art Club, and yeah, she just started a dedicated diamond painting channel a week or two ago, and I'm like, girl, already the production value and like the just like the content of your videos, and like I'm so excited for you, my friend. So her channel name is Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper, which I love. And I'll link to her channel below. Please go and check her out and send some love her way. And yay for a new channel. Okay, you guys, we finished this section, and that's perfect timing because I have been talking your ear off for a while, and it's a good time to stop. So this is like the shawl she has draped over her shoulder, and then the stuff that she has hanging out of her hair. So this was kind of the section in here is what we just did. It's so pretty. Look at the kitty. I can't wait to get to it. This kit has had so much confetti. Like, oh my gosh, Orloa. The confetti. Thoughts on these products? This stuff from Enabler's Outpost, that's good stuff. That's working awesome. The super sticky gem wax, I think I just need to get better at loading it, like scraping it. I wonder if I didn't have to reload it all, but I feel like there was like it took a little while to really set in well. So I wonder if next time if I tried but then it worked fine. Like it worked completely fine. So thumbs up to those. Thumbs up to the pens and the tray and all the things. So I'll link to everything below if you want to check it out. Let's see, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, let's do a cat emoji because there's a cat in this kit. That's in honor of the Claws and Paws event. Let me know how you guys are doing. Tell me, what were the questions I had? There was one at the beginning that I've forgotten, but then I was curious. How do you say that you are reading an audiobook? Do you say you're listening to it? Do you say you're reading it? Is there another way that you can say it? And I suppose I'll go ahead. I cannot make any promises whatsoever. Why am I opening these floodgates? Because I can. If you have a favorite audiobook that you would like to recommend, leave that in the comments too. I'll see what y'all are listening to. Let me know if you have read A Court of Thorns and Roses. Please, no spoilers. I'm literally just about to finish the first book, and I would love to not have anything spoiled for me if possible. So thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. I hope that your week is off to a lovely, lovely start. It is good to be back. I'm hoping that this week, video-wise, I will have a bit more of a kind of a normal schedule, like what you've come to expect from my channel. I have some unboxings, I have a post review or two to get to, and yeah, lots of stuff. So be sure to stick around for those this week. Let me know how you guys are doing. I'm gonna let you go for real this time. Have an amazing week. If you are not already subscribed and would like to see lots more diamond painting content from me, go ahead and subscribe. You can hit the bell to be notified when I share new videos. And please leave a like on this before you head on out. Okay, I'm gonna go finish this book, get some ice cream. Have a good evening. Thanks, friends. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.